Excellency, the President, the Right Honorable Prime Minister, Honorable Ministers, to you colleagues, captains of business and industry, ladies and gentlemen. As I've been introduced, my name is Emmanuel Katongole. I'm a businessman like many of you, and I'm co-founder and chairman of Cipla Quality Chemical Industries. We're involved in pharmaceutical manufacturing, and we have a presence in 21 African countries. But I'm not going to talk about pharmaceuticals and what we're doing to revolutionize the pharmaceutical industry. But 6 years ago, His Excellency, the President of Uganda, gave me an opportunity to serve my country as chairman of Uganda National Oil Company. And I shall forever remain grateful to you, sir. There are a number of opportunities and challenges in the industry, but before I give you these challenges and opportunities, let me tell you where we are. I have spent this whole week in the oil fields of the Alberton region. I can assure you, fellow business leaders, that the oil and gas industry is ready to go now. And while traveling through the Alberton region, and you see so many visitors, non-Ugandans, going to see the opportunities that are there, and we see less and less of fellow Ugandans participating, is something that saddened me. All the agreements that will lead to the production and commercialization of their resource have been signed. The host government agreements between Uganda and Tanzania for Tanzania and Uganda is signed. The shareholders agreement for the Uganda National Oil Company is signed. The transport and tariff agreement is signed. Right now, Tanzania has put in place the enabling law that will govern the East African crude oil pipeline. And in Uganda, we have done the first reading in Parliament. And for that, I humbly request His Excellency the President to ensure that Uganda passes that law within the next 2 weeks, and Uganda will be ready to run. CNOOC and Total, I can say, have taken their final investment decision because of signing of these agreements. And when you go to the industry, to the Alberton region, you really see work running. For the Uganda National Oil Company, we've signed these agreements and we are participating. And quite recently, the Uganda National Oil Company was granted right, and we're confident that we're going to play part of the exploration business in Uganda. But on the midstream side of things, the crude oil pipeline is almost starting. We're there. We've reached a point of no return. The feed engineering for the refinery is also going on. A little bit of challenges here and there, but these are not challenges that we cannot surmount. We should be able to go through that. The Kampala storage terminal, 38 companies participated, and we've reduced this to 2. And probably within the next 3 months, we should have a partner to build the Kampala storage terminal. The Jinja storage terminal is functional. For the first time since the terminal was built and was handed over to the Ghana National Oil Company, it is making some revenue, and this revenue is going to the Treasury, to the Uganda National Oil Company, but also trying to address the issue of strategic reserves for the country. I have very little time, but let me tell you, fellow business leaders, let's go out and participate in this resource. It has got the potential to completely turn around our economy. But the responsibility to do so is as good to His Excellency the President, to the Right Honorable Prime Minister, the Honorable Ministers, as it is to you and to me. It is for all of us to make sure that we participate and make this resource work for our country. There are a number of opportunities that there are in the sector. We've got material supplies and other supplies, civil, electrical, mechanical, construction materials, pharmaceuticals, vehicles, equipment, and utilities. This must be done by us. We've got services, accommodation, fabrication, security, medical, catering, transportation, clearing and forwarding. All these are open, and a favorite law that really guarantees Ugandans to participate in local content was put in place. Please go back to your companies and study what it means to participate. There are other specialized services that are required for oil and gas. Yes, they are specialized, but let's go out for partnerships. Partnerships matter. If you do not know, I'm a student of economics, but I'm probably one of the biggest manufacturers of pharmaceuticals because of partnerships. Let's do it. There's midstream development and operations of pipelines and refineries. Design, construction, and operation of ECOP. Dream as business leaders. How are we going to get into this? How can you map your business to make sure that it is participates and the people of Uganda participate in all this? Despite there's so many opportunities, there are some challenges that we see. And my brother, Dr. Ramadan Gobi, talked about financing. Oil and gas sector is capital intensive. And it requires investors to have access to large sums of capital. I have always told my board members, let's not always start by thinking about money. Let's start by ideas. Money will always follow ideas. And once we have these ideas, we should be able to address them. But I call upon the Minister of Finance to come up with with systems that can really allow access to finance, particularly to local Ugandans down there. Ramadan told us that agriculture contributes only 23% to the GDP. What can we do to make sure that with this oil resource, these farmers can access credit? There's some lady here who's been talking about an agricultural bank or farmers bank. Ramadan talks about promoting the SCF agricultural credit facility. Let's do it. Let's move. Time for talk must stop, and we really all move together. Your Excellency, there are challenges in negotiation of oil and gas contracts. But you have taught us to add knowledge as a fifth factor of production. Yes, let's add knowledge. And we've got all these men and women who can really share their knowledge and make sure that these contracts are signed and they benefit the people of Uganda. There's standards and compliance requirements. Let's do it. I'll end by telling you, fellow business leaders, that we stand at an epoch of an opportunity that we must seize. We must seize and work for this country. It is our responsibility. Posterity will absolve us if we use this resource to end poverty in our country. Posterity will be kind to our children and the children of our children, and they will say, these men and women followed their leader, President Museveni, and they were able to move from a small economy to a developed economy. And yes, we can do it. God bless you.